Right now, we want to get out to Bloomington, where Jason Lewis, candidate for U.S. Senate, is about ready to speak. So let's listen in.
Wow, what a crew. I want to tell you, I just had emergency surgery and they found a heart. And it's for you, all right? Hey, thank you all. Great to be here on this victorious night for Minnesota. Because you know what? When we flip Minnesota red tonight, and I'm your next senator, it's going to be victorious for our state because freedom always works, and we're going to give Minnesota more of it. Now, as you know, the polls just closed, so it's, no big returns in yet, but I figured, what the hell, let's just call it we won. Are you in for that? Everything is on the line tonight, not only at the top of the ticket in keeping Donald Trump in the White House, but control of that last firewall for freedom, the United States Senate. We know what we're up against, and what we're up against is a group of radicals that have taken over the Democrat Party who will do and say anything for power. My friends, those are exactly the last people you want to hand more power to, and we're not going to do it tonight. We have an opportunity in Minnesota tonight to expand upon our successes, to expand upon economic growth, to apply VA reform to the entire federal government, to make certain we stay energy independent when we get Enbridge Line 3 built, to return to the Iron Range, their way of life, by opening up Twin Metals and PolyMet, and making certain that there's growth on the Iron Range once again, and people stay there. And guess what? After tonight, they're going to vote Republican on the range. And we're going to preserve tonight in Minnesota, thanks to all of you, the greatest experiment in governance the world has ever known, a constitutional republic. Normally, that would be a case of hyperbole on an election night. But never in my lifetime has that little piece of paper that stands between us and tyranny been more at risk. We have an opposing party that wants to attack the separation of powers by packing the Supreme Court. We have an opposing party that wants to cancel people who don't agree with them and invoke censorship. We have an opposing party who wants to deny due process if you're part of the other campaign by going to a secret court with a false affidavit and spying on you. And we have an opposing party that wants to permanently undo your God-given right to self-defense, the Second Amendment of the United States Constitution, and we're not going to let it happen. I thought when I announced that we'd be talking about all the great achievements of the 115th, of which I was proud to serve. But now we're talking about first principles, about the difference between freedom and tyranny, about what it means to be an American and what it means to be a free citizen and not an oppressed subject. If these people on the other side of the aisle get more power, they will be emboldened to oppress even more. We've seen what they're willing to do. We've seen a sitting governor and a sitting attorney general close down a rally of the opposing party. We've seen a party embrace defunding of entire police departments. And now they're promising further lockdowns so our young people can get further behind and our elderly loved ones won't be able to say goodbye in their last days. I've said this since last spring. These lockdowns were not a policy blunder. They will go down in history as a scandal. These permanent lockdowns, which cause more harm than the virus itself, which we need to take seriously and have taken seriously, are causing more harm than good. They are separating kids, separating families, socially isolating our elderly loved ones. All the while, even now, the WHO admits lockdowns don't work. If only Tim Walz and Joe Biden would listen to the scientists. Look, everything's on the line here, my friends.
That's Jason Lewis at GOP headquarters. Sounds like he's in good spirits, talking about a lot of the issues that he ran on in this 2020 campaign.